Howdy people, this video is mostly going out to them people that want to go out and buy themselves a Dodge Ram, and which transmission do you pick? Okay, figure that out for yourself. But if you want a second opinion, coming from Mr. Paul over here, I'll share my little experience I have with these guys. I'll go down the list in the order I would have bought them, and I'll tell you why. First off, I'd buy an Aisin. Clearly, all my brand new trucks are with Aisins. And the reason for that, for my personal vehicle, it's an Aisin because I do a lot of town driving. And for for my work trucks, because guys don't know how to drive normal nowadays. They're a bunch of, I don't know what they are, a bunch of wussies. They don't even know how to drive a truck normally without yanking the motor mounts out of its place, man. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, it's a trust issue. So, I gave him an Aisin and said, hey, take it easy, I'll take this. Take it easy on the go pedal, and I'll take care of the service. Do my service as much as I can. The way I view an automatic is just a big old box with a lot of clutches in there and just burning themselves down. They'll burn down sooner or later, but the Aisin's the better of the two. You got your Chrysler or your Aisin, so I'd go with an Aisin. Second one I would go with is a G56. I love manuals. I gotta say that G56 first gen, do your research, but I think it's like the first year and a half or two that they were in the Dodge pickups. Those trannies freaking suck, and all because of their gear ratio. It was just stupid. The newer generation G56, they're better. They're better ratio, and they're much better. I like them by a big shot. So, I'm a die-hard NV5600, guys. I love the NV5600. I will never trade up a NV over a G56. Go ahead, blow up the comments. Say it's heavier, it's stupid, whatever. You got cast iron, you got aluminum. No. You don't got to be a genius to figure out which one's better built and heavier duty. So, yeah, I like my overkill. I like knowing that I have some safety margin. But nevertheless, you can't get a brand new G56, or excuse me, you can't get a brand new NV5600. So the new G56 is perfectly fine for an average Joe. The only thing you're gonna have to do is throw in a new clutch on it if you're gonna mess with the tunes, delete it and whatnot. But other than that, guys, you got nothing to lose. I would have a G56 in my truck right now if I didn't do so much in-town driving. Lately I've been in the office a lot more than I've been out and about, but not typically, but there's days out there that, man, I'm just doing 8 hours a day in my truck. There's a reason why I got the highest end truck, because I spend a good portion of my life in this truck. No, I'm not a trucker, but sometimes I have to haul stuff, and just running companies, you get busy and you're on the road quite often. So I got me a nice comfortable truck. Great. It's not like a work truck where I'm gonna beat it into the ground and go get a new one. I'll try to take care of this one. I have no plans on selling it. Quite frankly, this truck's worth to me a lot more than the price I paid for it, because the potential it has and the abilities that I have to make money with this, right? It takes care of me, my family. It's a good truck. But, if I have the understanding of how to rebuild something and fix it, why would I go out and buy another brand new truck? Unless it's like I'm, fixing it every single week. Obviously, that's a nightmare. But so as of now, the plan is just drive this thing, fix it, and just keep driving it. Yeah, I have 86,000 miles. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, folks, buddy. I have 86,000 miles. Truck performs flawlessly. What did I do on it? Nothing really. Anyways, back to the point. Trannies, G56, a little tune. I heard it's about up to 700 horsepower is the the capabilities of a G56. I don't want to say that. I don't want to believe that, because understanding the way everything works on that tranny, I would say 500 horse. If you're up to 500, get yourself a nice clutch. Don't even think about it. Don't break your neck over it. Now, for those guys that want to go, 500 plus, the tranny that I always bash on is your best tranny, because there's so much supporting aftermarket parts for it. You know, the tranny guys are making good living off of these. What are these? RFEs? FREs? Well, whatever. The 68, the Chrysler trannies, the 68s. RFEs, I think they're called. You could build them. You could build them real nice and heavy duty, and you'll have yourself a good tranny. But remember something, guys. If you want a tranny that will last you for hundreds of thousands of miles, it's never going to be an automatic transmission. Okay, I said don't blow up my comment section. Go ahead, blow it up. I have, yeah, sadly, it's only 2 prime examples, but they're solid sources and they're prime examples, you know. One guy spent $8,000 in his tranny, the other guy spent $7,000. Both of these trannies realistically are about a $10,000 to $12,000 trannies. One guy has the ATS. The guy that has the ATS is the guy that has the $10,000 tranny. So go on the ATS website and see what they'll sell you for $10,000, and that's the tranny he has. You know, 4 years down the road, he blew it smithereens. It's just the nature of the tranny. It's a bunch of clutches. Yeah, they lock up sooner. Yeah, it's a heavier duty torque converter. Yeah, it's a bigger oil pan. Yeah, it's a higher line pressures. But guys, it's a slush box. You ain't gonna get around that, no matter how hard you try. So, but then for those guys that want to have fun, shoot, man, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of miles. You're not thinking that far. You're just thinking, you know, sled pulls and whatnot, you know. So yeah, go ahead and get that Chrysler tranny, build it, and have fun. Have fun with it. That's your best bet if you're looking at high and daily. If you're looking at high numbers and just a hot rod, I think that's your best tranny. If you're an average Joe that just wants to buy a truck, get the most mileage out of it, a least headache, go to G56. Unless you do a lot of city driving like myself, where you know you spend hours and hours on end in town driving around, take care of errands and this and that. I'm not talking like an hour or 2. I'm literally talking 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 9 hours a day. Like, it's just full on. You know, I got this truck. Here, let me show you something. This truck has one of these. Summer or winter, it's just in my pocket. What I mean summer or winter, this truck typically doesn't get shut down because I'm like hopping and going, and I just get out of the truck, lock it, get in the truck, unlock it. It just keeps running. So yeah, guys like me, they need an automatic, because you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get sick and tired of jamming gears all freaking day. You know, is this legal? No, it's not legal, but I'm driving down the road, you know, got my notepad over here and I'm writing, well, not right now, but you know, you can't do that with the manual. I'm a die-hard manual guy, but you know, you gotta say the way it is. You know, I'm a straight shooter, and that's just saying the way it is. And the guys, never finished going down the line. The Chrysler guy, the guys that want to do hot rodding and have a bunch of fun with their trucks, Chrysler tranny is your tranny. You'll blow it up, build it. You'll have fun for 4 years, blow it up again, build it, and that's the means of life. Go ahead, guys. It's not that big of a price to pay compared to those alcoholics and you know, those guys gambling out there and they're just blowing their money out, you know, or drugs, man. Frick, man, people spend so much money on drugs, so 10 grand for 4 years ain't no big deal for a hobby. Anyways, so G56 for the guy that wants to get everything out of his truck, and the Aisin is just a better automatic. Also, guys, just because it's an Aisin, you can't put in a crazy tune and expect it to just haul tail. As of today, no one's cracked the controller for Aisin. Guys, you can't go either way. You know, you can't have a stock engine and a churned up tranny, because your stock engine isn't going to be able to handle the lockdowns, the high pressure oil lines, or high pressure oil, sorry guys, the high pressure and the valve body. It's going to grab gear so far, it's just going to bog you down. You can't have that on a stock engine. But then, you know, when you turn up the engine, you need to turn up your tranny. Well, no one can turn up that tranny yet. So just because you have an Aisin doesn't mean you could push crazy power. You know, I'm even a little skeptical. Yeah, I have an Aisin. Yeah, it's a great tranny, but what am I doing? About 1,000 or 1,100 torque? I'm only doing 300. I'm only doing 30 horse over stock on the horsepower range, but the torque is tremendous on this thing, and it's awesome, you know, but it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I felt like I'll share my opinion out there and give people a rundown and see what I think about it. And you know, just a second opinion is always nice. I mean, I was out there looking for these videos when I was buying my trucks, and I couldn't find jack. So there you are. I hope I helped. All right, have a mighty fine day, guys. God bless. Bye.